Hello everyone, welcome to Three Trails Tarot, and thank you so much for joining me today and for supporting my channel. Is there a question on your mind that's been just sort of keeping you up at night or making you feel on edge because you just would like to know the answer? Well, if there is, today you could discover that answer by selecting one of these 4 cards. Okay, you could select deck 1, which is the Rainbow Heart Tarot, deck 2, the Wisdom Seekers Tarot, deck 3, the Affirmators Tarot, and deck 4, the Light Seers Tarot. Please choose one to answer your question. If you have more than one question, then go ahead and select a different deck to answer that question. Also, in the very beginning, before I start the short reading, prior to giving you the answer, I will pull a card from this deck to find out what the question could possibly be about. And when you hear that description, if it does not match the question that you wanted to ask, then you may also want to pick another deck. Okay, so take what resonates with you, and regardless of the answer, trust yourself, trust your instincts, and trust your intuition in making the final decision. These are only recommendations based on what the cards lay out, but as situations change, of course, things could change for you. You'll have additional knowledge, additional facts to base your final decision on. All right, well, let's start with the first deck. Hello. All right, for those of you who selected the Rainbow Heart Tarot deck, we are going to answer your question. But first, let me see what this question may possibly be about. So you realize something with judgment. You found out something. You gained clarity. And you would like an answer to a question that has to do with this new thing that you've discovered for yourself. Now, this new thing might have to do with relationships. It might be about work. It might be about trust. But why do I kind of get the feeling this is more toward relationships? Maybe not so much romance, but definitely in dealing with people. So let's see what we can find out for you, okay? Let's see if the answer to your question is a yes or no answer. Is it yes or is it no? Is it yes or is it no? What do we have for those watching our video today who have this very special question about finding out the truth or realizing something? Okay, so we have Page of Wands, 9 of Cups. One more card. One card. 3 of Wands. Okay, so with the Page of Wands, we see a newfound desire to pursue your passions. There's something that has sparked your interest, something that has really drawn you to it, and you feel like you just really want to go after it, right? Now, this passion could be a love interest, or this passion could be an idea, a project, something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe learn how to play the guitar, maybe write a book. It could be various things, but it all basically is about pursuing something that you feel is important to you. Now, with the 9 of Cups, we see you wanting to have joy and happiness. Who doesn't, right? But also, for some of you, this 9 of Cups card, which I call the party card, may also stand for whether or not to hold a gathering, to have a party. Maybe you've been made aware of something that happened and you're wondering if it's safe to do a gathering or to get together or something like that. And perhaps that is connected to your passion, the passion of maybe bringing family and friends together for some of you. For some of you, there's a desire to travel, a desire to either it could be a romantic travel, like go with your special person and take in some nice fresh air and do something fun together. And for some of you, it could be traveling maybe to visit family or some friends that you haven't seen in a while. So I believe this decision that you're trying to make has to do with whether or not you should pursue this. And I know these cards are looking very bright, but you know what, let's get some clarity here, because I see the answer. It's very, very clear. It's a very obvious answer for you, but I just want to get some more clarity as to why it's this answer. So I'm drawing from the oracle cards, and it says wisdom. Okay, so this card is basically saying deep down you probably already know why it's going to be this answer, given some facts, some history, some knowledge that perhaps you have. But because you have this real strong desire to make this happen, you maybe want to ignore what you know you should do, or it might be the wisest thing to do because it's the wisdom card. So I'll just give you the answer. It says not at this time. Not at this time. Like maybe it's just not the best time, whatever this is that you're trying to pursue. So I would say take a look at why you wanted to do it. Take a look at what you believe will be gained from it, and also evaluate the, like if you do go, what could possibly happen that's positive, what could possibly happen that would be a negative for you. So just evaluate the situation further and see if it's truly something that you need to do, or that would result in positive things, or may have a side effect that is not so positive for you. So this is definitely, these are a bunch of different things that people want to try to do. And so I would just say, based on the cards in the reading, go back and re-evaluate, okay? And if you still feel that there's something you want to do, then, you've done your analysis. But if you feel that, okay, you've just got confirmation that it's not the right time, then I'm glad that this was helpful to you. Okay, that is all I have for you, deck 1. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. We are moving on to deck 2. Hello, everyone who is still with me for deck 2. This is the card that you have selected, the Wisdom Seekers Tarot. This is also very beautifully designed. I love the art in this a lot. I guess because it's just very shiny and bright and makes me smile. Okay, so let's see. Before I draw from this deck, I am going to draw this from this card, from these cards, to find out what is this all about. What is this question about? Now, if it sounds like this is what your question really is concerning, then stay with me. And if it doesn't, pick another deck. Okay, and we have death. Okay, the hope to transform, the hope to change yourself, wanting something to change, wanting something to become different from what it currently is. So death is the end of something and the start of something new, and that is what your question for this deck 2 is going to be about. So if we're still on target with what you're thinking, stay with me, concentrate on your question, take a deep breath, because here we go. Yes or no, yes or no. Is it yes or no? Is it yes or no? For transformation, for changing something, is it yes or no? We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and Temperance. Okay, so these are all high arcana cards, which means there is going to be a major life change for you. This is a yes. It's just like so bold. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we see things changing. For some of you, it could actually, you know what? I'm looking at this and I just am only focused on the light. So I see it changing up, changing to a positive position. The rabbit just really has my attention. Some good luck is coming your way, whoever asked this question. There is going to be a big shakeup though before you actually start to see some changes. I guess that makes sense, right? Sometimes you just have to shake things up, tear it down and start all over again in order to be fresh and new and brand new. And that's basically what the Tower is saying. There's going to be a shakeup in your life where you're going to kind of get caught off guard. It's completely unexpected. It's going to throw you off your feet. See how they're kind of falling, but they don't land hard on the ground. They're just kind of like floating, you know, they're falling, but they haven't fallen and hurt themselves. So it seems scary. It will seem scary, like you're going to hurt yourself, but you're not going to hurt yourself, it looks like. You're going to find a way to catch yourself. You're going to find a way to get back up from whatever this thing is that kind of threw you off guard. Okay, and then with the Temperance, we see this card saying that balance is important, and maintaining self-control throughout this whole shakeup situation where this event happens and just kind of really causes a lot of confusion in the very beginning. So in order to receive harmony and balance, moderation may be required for some of these reactions. Perhaps maybe take a deep breath before you react, before you make a decision, so that you can find the right course of action to take with a clear head, and maintain control over the situation. And then once you do all that, your big change occurs, and you will see it. I don't know how quickly you will see this, but it definitely looks like it's going to happen pretty suddenly and unexpectedly. Now with all of the greenery here in the background, I don't know why, but I kind of feel like it's summer. With the sun, with the flowers. It could be spring or summertime for some of you, spring for some of you, summer for some of you. Okay, let's see if we can get some clarification on this from the oracle cards, or some guidance, either clarification or guidance. Let's see. So attachment. Okay, so something that you may be attached to, something that kind of prevented you from transforming before, something that made you feel obligated and unable to move forward or move on, is probably what's going to be released here via the Tower. It's going to be sudden, it's going to be unexpected, but when it releases you, you will have your freedom. It'll take you off guard at first because it seems like there's some sort of interdependency here. If this is a relationship, if this is a thing that maybe like a job or something like that, perhaps you thought you could plan it, but the change happened before you had time to deal with it. You know how sometimes we kind of think something might happen, but we're not really sure when, and then when it does happen, you're like, darn, I wish it was, gave me 2 more months or something, or I knew it was coming so I could plan for it. So this is going to happen without being able to plan for it, but you are going to come through and you are going to get your transformation. But whatever it was, whatever it's going to be, it's an attachment. It's something that you are has been holding you back. All right, deck 2, this is your reading. It is a yes. I hope that answer is satisfactory to you or works well for you, but if it doesn't, remember, trust your information. You know better your situation than I do, or and as you make decisions, things can change. The dominoes hit a different domino. There's a different chain reaction, so to speak. So know your situation, trust your instincts, trust your intuition, and trust your knowledge. All right, we are going to move on to deck 3. Okay, moving on to group 3. You chose the Affirmators tarot deck to answer your question. So before we answer that question, let's find out what the question is all about. Now, as I describe what I think this question is about, if it doesn't sound like what you were thinking, then this is not your deck. Pick a different deck to answer your question, okay? If it does sound like what you were thinking, hang in there. Stay with me. We will answer your question for you. Why I keep wanting to restack these. Kind of like just go with the flow, right? Oh, here we go. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is about trusting our intuition, believing in ourselves. It's also about some mystery that's going on. Maybe there's some secrets. So I have a feeling that this question is about you wondering if someone is being truthful. You're also wondering if you should react in a certain way, because perhaps you don't have all the facts or all the information that you need to make a decision. And so, but with what you do have, you're wondering if maybe a course of action that you have decided on is the right one for you. Also, for some of you, you're just wondering if you should go for something or not, like to trust yourself. So some of you are seeking the truth, some of you are trying to decide on an action, and some of you are wanting to know if you should go for it. Okay, so is the answer yes or no? Yes or no? What do we have here for group 3? Yes or no? Okay, we have 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and 4 of Cups. Okay, so it seems to me that some of you, well, the card is saying there's a feeling of unfulfillment, a feeling of maybe even disappointment in yourself. The way you're looking at yourself and you're saying, why am I in this situation? Or why aren't things better for me? Or why didn't it work out for me? Those are the kind of questions that you're asking yourself with the 4 of Cups. And you're waiting for something great to happen. But actually, there have been some offers. You just haven't noticed them because your vision is here with the empty cups. And so you end up missing to see that there's this gift that's being offered to you. You're just not looking at it right now. And here with the 9 of Wands, I see you as feeling like you're really protecting your boundaries or something that you believe in or want to do, and people are questioning you and it's upsetting you. Perhaps you feel that people are questioning you about your situation, and you're starting to wonder if maybe you've made some right decisions, or you may be even questioning the future decisions that you make because of those naysayers or criticizers that have put you on the defense, having you set up boundaries to protect yourself. Here with the 7 of Pentacles, we see you kind of waiting, like you want to take action, but you know whatever your plan is, it's going to take some time. You believe that whatever your plan is, it's going to take some time. So you're trying to be patient. See how happy these bees are? They're actually not upset that they're waiting around for the flowers to be done being watered so they can, gather up whatever they need to make the honey. So they're very happy. And you're actually in a situation where you're in a waiting mode, but people are questioning it and people are kind of upsetting you, and you feel like you just kind of have to protect yourself from them. But it's also it's also tearing at your self-esteem and making you question yourself. Okay, so now you're thinking you should take some action right now. And before I answer the question as to whether you should take some action right now, let me look at the oracle cards to see if we can get additional information, some clarity, or some guidance. And we have here decay, and decay matches the 7 of Pentacles. Basically, it's saying that when things eventually break down and tear down, and they take time to do that, then beautiful things can grow from it, like fertilizer. Okay, so like when leaves decay, or when flowers decay, or sadly when animals decay, then all of that goes back to the earth and it becomes something new. It grows a new plant, or it grows a flower, and that all takes time. So the answer here is, don't let them rush you. Take your time. Continue to wait for the right moment and right opportunity, and trust yourself. The High Priestess is saying, trust yourself. Okay? Well, that's the answer that I have for you, Group 3. I hope that that was helpful to you. And if it was, please be sure to like and subscribe before you head out. Unless, of course, you have another question and you're waiting for deck 4. All right, see you when we do deck 4. Hello, Group 4. Okay, for those of you who chose this deck to answer your question, the Light Seers Tarot deck, we are now going to answer your question for you. But first, let me find out what your question is all about. So I'm going to draw from this deck. Now, if you, whoops, fell down, let me grab that. If you hear the description and it doesn't sound like the question you had, then you just choose another deck. Okay, all right, so here we have the High Priestess again. What is up with the High Priestess? She is really insisting on coming out again. So here she is again for deck 4. She was the card for deck 3. And with the High Priestess, and I say she because that's the image on the card, but well, actually the image on the card is a mouse, but the Priestess is usually feminine energy, receptive energy. So trusting those things within us, our instincts, our intuition, our feelings about how things are going, our thoughts about what we think about things. So along with the High Priestess too, we think of maybe seeking the truth about things, wanting to unravel some mystery that has been sort of on our mind, and knowing when to trust ourselves. Okay, so here we are going to answer if whatever it is that you are trying to find the truth of, or wanting to know if you should go for it, if you should do something that but you're just not sure if you should take action, or if you should move forward. So let's find out if it's yes or no. Okay, is it yes or is it no? Is it yes or is it no? And we have 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and reverse, 8 of Wands. Okay, let's reverse. So what I see here is a desire to have a better situation. And since this is a Pentacles card, it's about tangible things, material things like luxuries, comfort, a better home, a better job, better financials, that kind of situation. You want something much better for yourself. You just see yourself there, and you're wondering perhaps if whatever plan that you have to get this is if you should go for that plan, if you should use that plan. Some of you are wondering if maybe some action that you were thinking of taking, if that will bring you to this idea that you want for yourself. Now here with the 8 of Wands, normally this is like a fast-paced change, information coming your way, news, but nope, it's all on standstill. It's like saying, it's time to be still, time to be kind of like not non-reactive is what this card looks like. Non-reactive, no new news, just at a standstill. And then here we have the Chariot, where we see you wanting that, you just have this strong desire to move forward with whatever this plan was that you have, because you really want this. You want this really bad. You want this really bad, but at the same time, you're also hesitant. So for some of you, this means you're hesitating. You're not sure if you should take action. You're waiting for something. So you're kind of like on hold and you're waiting. But with this one, deep down inside, you want to get moving. You want to get moving, like something is driving you to move sooner than perhaps you had planned, or perhaps you would like to move. Maybe you're nervous, maybe you're just not sure if it's going to work out the way you want it to work out. Let me draw an oracle card, see if we can get more clarity, information, or some guidance for you. And we have here the moon. The moon is like a mystery. The moon is about examining the effects of situations. So some situations will have more light than others. Just like the moon, there's times when it's brighter, fuller. There's times when it's looks smaller in the sky and or not as bright. Maybe there's clouds around it. And so this card, I see this as a guidance, saying perhaps there's just not enough information just quite yet, or not enough light shown on the situation for you to force yourself to move forward. So it looks like this is an agreement with this card. Just hold fast, steadfast right now until you get more information. Trust your instincts, okay? I think your instincts are telling you to do that, but something else is kind of making you feel like you have to move forward, maybe either to prove to yourself that things can be better for you, they can look like this, having all the abundance and luxury. Look how happy this person is, like la 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 la, let me just pull this coin out of the tree and go shopping kind of feeling. And then here you have the owl saying, all right, spend wisely. I don't know, just kind of get that from that picture. But anyway, this is saying not at this time. Okay, trust yourself. It's a no for now. All right, well, I hope you found that helpful or useful in some way. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. And in the future, as you see things work out from what you've learned from here, and if it matches, oh my goodness, please tell me about it, because that would be so helpful to me to know that it really did work out for you in that manner, or didn't. You know, positive or negative, all feedback is welcome, just as long as it's said kindly and not hating on me, okay? All I'm doing is reading the cards. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, well, I wish you the best. Good luck to you, and I hope I see you all back here again sometime soon. Take care now. Bye.